Fans of racing games and sim racing, get ready, because 2025 is going to be a big one. It's jam-packed full of all new titles, indie gems, and significant updates to current platforms. So here is everything we know that's coming next year, plus a few educated guesses. We begin with the titles that are locked in, already confirmed for 2025, and there are some big ones. Imagine a game filled with tuned cars, authentic drift mechanics, and a career mode. Then, place those fundamentals within a spectacular open-world setting. Imagine no more, as that is Japanese Drift Master, or JDM for short. We were mesmerised by its quasi-demo spin-off, Rise of the Scorpion, earlier this year, and since then, the development team has collected official car licenses and teased the city-centric areas of the map. Charmed by its attention to detail, while the Need for Speed franchise seems to be on a hiatus, JDM could very well fill that void. A firm release date is not yet set, but it will be released on PC in the spring, with console versions mooted. Shutoko Battle, or Tokyo Xtreme Racer for those outside of Japan, is a much revered street racing series from the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 era. Sadly, it's been dormant for nearly 20 years, but it's coming back soon. Set in some sort of dystopian Tokyo, where the city is shut off, save for fans of Japanese sports cars, that sounds like heaven to us, honestly. Little is known presently other than it hits PC first of all. It has the right name, a loyal following, Hawkeye Imprezas and Toyota Supras, but it's the gameplay that matters. Prior installments delivered an open-world recreation of actual highways, with a branching story mode and a rivals system. Will this be triumphant like a Stone Cold Steve Austin return to the ring, or a whimper like the Die Hard comebacks? We'll find out in a matter of months. Imagine mashing together F1 Manager and Le Mans Ultimate. What you get isn't Le F1 Management. What you do get is Endurance Motorsport series. Despite having a name straight from a ChatGPT suggestion box, this is actually an all-new game from racing game giant Nacon and developer KT Racing. It will feature multi-class AI and online racing, licensed LMDH vehicles and tracks, as well as dynamic weather. So far, so generic. However, it will have management-style features. When Traxion tested it, we sat on the pit wall, overseeing the strategy and driving style of our team across two different cars, before popping ourselves behind the wheel to drive one of the stints. The concept is unlike any other game we expect over the next 12 months, with refreshingly different multiplayer support expected. We just hope it has long enough in the garage to be developed thoroughly before launch. After 6 middling games, 1 year after the next, it seemed like the official games of the Monster Energy Supercross Championship were put out to pasture. Instead of a Supercross 7 in 2024, there was some official DLC for the evolving MX vs ATV Legends platform. However, it transpires it was simply taking a career break, with Italian developer Milestone coming back with a game it promises has been remade from the ground up, including, and I quote, new physics. It will use an upgraded Unreal Engine as its basis, taking lessons from the recent Monster Jam Showdown game. For fans of the American dirt bike series, it's a relief, as the series was popular but beginning to feel tired. Monster Energy Supercross 25 should mark the start of a new era of motorcycle games. So, we still have plenty more games to discuss in this video, but if you're enjoying it, if you're finding it useful or informative, please do leave us a like and consider subscribing to the Traxion channel so that you don't miss any of our future racing game related videos. I hope you're all enjoying this video. Just a quick message though for those of you using Fanatec equipment. Maybe you're looking to upgrade, maybe you're looking for new peripherals. If you use the affiliate link down in the description below, it will take you to the Fanatec website. It won't make a difference to your experience, but what it will do is help support this TraxionGG YouTube channel and of course our website. And that will help us make more content like this in the future. Back to the video. Now this is a big one. When NASCAR 25 lands at some point soon, it will mark 4 years since the last official game of the USA's premier stock car championship, and fans are salivating at the prospect. But why? Well, this is now under the stewardship of PC motorsport simulator iRacing, which does an incredible job with existing NASCAR content. It's also being developed by the Monster Games team, the last people to make a decent NASCAR video game. This will use Unreal Engine for graphics with laser scanned tracks and unique vehicle physics. Doesn't that sound a bit familiar? Yeah, but beating NASCAR 21 Ignition? How hard can it be? Now this next one has us more intrigued than when we're playing Myrtle. By the developers that created the lovable Circuit Superstars, Original Fire Games, comes, purportedly, a true follow-up for PC and console. Cute but competitive racing, CS is one of the finest multiplayer racers out there, provided you can find a lobby, that is. With the working title of iRacing Arcade, we hope the backing of the simulation giant allows the diminutive Canada-based team to flourish with a world-beating accessible racing experience. There may be no images or footage just yet, but of all the games on this list, we're more excited about this than nearly everything else. I say nearly because, let's be honest, most of you are here for one reason: Assetto Corsa EVO. We've already interviewed the team. You can see the articles on the TraxionGG website or check out the podcast on this YouTube channel. And we've even tried it ourselves at the ADAC Sim Racing Expo. Again, you can check out our first impressions on this very channel. And now, we wait. And wait some more. Can it just be the 16th of January already? That's the date when the third Assetto Corsa simulation hits PC Early Access, and then we have the rest of 2025 to test, drive, and watch it evolve into its final form, like some sort of vehicular butterfly. Consoles should follow too. EVO is aiming to be all things to all sim racers, exacting recreations of real-world race and road cars, epic on-track battles, free roam areas, and deep online multiplayer options. There's even set to be a single-player progression system. Modding will be supported as well, but via an approval process. Taking the best bits of the original Assetto Corsa, the spin-off Competizione, and Gran Turismo, and melding them into one experience is an intriguing prospect. We hope it comes out like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, rather than ibuprofen and an empty stomach. Wait, no, I'm allergic to peanuts, that doesn't work. Alongside these big hitters, several Esoteric titles are also scheduled for launch in 25, such as Bombastic Carter Hot Rod Mayhem, Key Car Simulator Honcho, Cop Chase Curio The Precinct, and Choose Your Route roguelike Reality Drift. Next up, this gaggle of experiences are already available on PC, albeit in an unfinished early access phase. This isn't a list of every early access racing game, but rather the ones we expect to exit the program with a version 1.0 release within the next year.
Early access starts early December. We can't really commit to a release date just yet, but we're aiming it at during the first half of 2025.
Said Rennsport's creative director Kim Oramark. I mean, you heard him. Following a closed beta, an open beta, and Steam Early Access, at last the embryonic PC sim racing game Rennsport is set for a full release in 2025. 2025? Honest? Having been there for the reveal close to 3 years ago, and progressing seemingly slower than Lance Stroll in a formation lap, impatience is growing. The thing is, we want another sim racing platform on the scene, pushing the boundaries. Competition is what improves the breed. Ultimately, however, Rennsport has to deliver sooner rather than later if it doesn't want to fall behind. Top-down racer Gene Rally 2 has a plethora of community-created tracks to install, alongside rose-tinted visuals that knowingly nod to the 2002 original. One element is missing, however: online multiplayer. A tiny developer for a tiny title, Curious Chicken Games has been prototyping and testing its network-connected modes extensively, and once this is in the public domain and working, we hope for a fully fledged release. Now that the LMGT3 cars have begun their rollout, the first season pass is nearing its conclusion, co-op mode has been launched, and hosting custom servers is finally possible, Le Mans Ultimate has the required core functionality it needs to succeed. A few tracks, fewer bugs, an increased number of leagues, and hey presto, one of the best racing simulators out there should be ready to go. Version 1.0 hits us like an LMDH hybrid system. We're ready. Except, this all hinges on parent company Motorsport Games finding a buyer, as do the console ports. It's a shame to start sounding all funereal or like self-proclaimed money-saving expert Martin Lewis in an otherwise hyperbolic preview video, but for LMU to prosper, there must be further investment. We have absolutely everything crossed that this promising driving sim makes it. There are several other games that fall into this early access category, such as stylized time racer Drive Rally, which is expected to be complete and on consoles within the next 12 months, and we can't forget about throwback title Old School Rally. Then there's the open world driving game Underground Garage, which allows you to build a car akin to a car mechanic simulator. You can then drive or walk around the area. It seems more than a bit rough around the edges, but it is at least different. Oh, and if you're a hardcore PC-only sim racing fan who thinks we've missed nascent Argentinian racer Pista Motorsport, we have deliberately, because that's not scheduled to leave early access until 2026. Next up is a series of games that either only have tentative release windows or haven't even been announced yet. Here are 5 games that we'd bet our graphics card on appearing soon. The yearly official Formula 1 driving game isn't going to take a year off next season. You better believe that an EA Sports F1 25 is on the way from developer Codemasters. 24 was a bit of a lull, and while we don't have anything confirmed, we'd be shocked if the 2-year cadence for the Breaking Point story mode isn't continued for the next installment. Evolution, not Revolution, should be the name of the game here. Remember earlier in this journey, we said we were most excited for iRacing Arcade and Assetto Corsa EVO? We forgot Wreckfest 2, damn it, and honestly, that has to go right towards the top of the list. Those crazy Finns at Bugbear captivated us for the last 7 years through the original's early access development and post-release support. Lawnmower destruction derbies, combine harvester racing, a drivable sofa, and the complete melee that is weekend multiplayer with friends. The original had it all, and the sequel is highly anticipated, but we want to know more. Sadly, we don't even know a release window yet. We're very much hoping it's 2025. All we know so far is that it should feature even more bone-crunching damage, revised physics, local split screen, and enhanced customization. You can clearly count us in. Don't worry folks, former Project Cars totem Ian Bell is back to save the sim racing industry. Only, of course, this is more than one person. Bell may be responsible for gathering the team, plus pulling together the vision and big deals, but this upcoming sim racing game for PC and console is also being published and sharing technology with the farming simulator creators Giant Software. The hint's in the name. And while that may sound slightly off the wall, the graphics engine used in this year's farm sim title produces spectacular results. Paired with a custom physics engine created by many of the original Project Cars team, and it's got us very excited. Oh, and the Lister Storm. That's an extra brownie point or 7 there immediately. We're tentatively placing Project Motor Racing in the 2025 window, which was initially touted, but we wouldn't be surprised or even upset if this slid into 2026. Please do take your time with this. It's better to be ready with something genre-defining than release another Project Cars 3. You thought this rampaging, community-driven smash-a-thon from a team of ex-Burnout developers was dead, right? Well, so did we, but a recent lineup of upcoming games from its publisher THQ Nordic still listed Wreckreation, the follow-up to 2 Danger Zone games and Dangerous Driving. We saw it in person at Gamescom 2 years ago, and being able to create tracks with your friends in real time as they drive along them is unique. But it's been MIA since then. Surely in 2025, it's finally time to come back up for air. A new year, a new official MotoGP game, as nailed on as a Marc Marquez victory for Ducati in 2025. The Premier Motorcycle Grand Prix Championship has an agreement with game developer Milestone, also creating the aforementioned Monster Energy Supercross 25 that runs until 2026. That means MotoGP 25 is a mere formality. Last season's main feature added a career mode rider market for the very first time, but removed the ability to create your own team. Maybe next time it has both? That would be welcome. While we're on bikes, do keep an eye as well on KT Racing. The first of its new official motocross franchise, MXGP 24, just released, so presumably there's a follow-up MXGP 25 at some point. One game we sadly won't be seeing in the coming year, seemingly, is a 4th F1 Manager game by Frontier Developments. Following a promising F1 Manager 22, 23 didn't move the needle far enough. 24, however, was the franchise's apogee, so it's a shame that this is set to be the final installment. It seems like a combination of a yearly release schedule, shareholder satisfaction, sales numbers, and licensing fees combined to form a Marty Bird-style web of complex issues, and a serious case of arrested development. Time for a sojourn now into the realm of unannounced games that we know are on the way. Could be 2026, could be 2027, but we very much hope that some of these we will find out more about in 2025, maybe even one of them releases. And we begin with the decimation of Forza Horizon developer Playground Games. Several high-profile team members have departed the project in recent years, perhaps none more so than original Playground co-founder Gavin Rayburn, who left to found a new company called Lighthouse Games. Several Forza Horizon developers from both Microsoft and former third-party support team Sumo Digital have joined the project, which, according to job listings, appears to be a multi-platform open-world game using Unreal Engine, with at least some element of driving. It also has backing from Tencent. Then there are former Horizon creative director Mike Brown, senior producer Tom Butcher, and former senior Sumo Digital member Harinder Sangha, who are now at startup Maverick Games. It recently secured a publishing deal with Amazon for its open world but narrative-led AAA driving game. As for Forza Horizon, well, 5 will continue to be supported, and do we think there's going to be a 6? Definitely. But when? Well, there are no guarantees yet. UK porting and remaster expert Stellar Entertainment, purveyors of the superlative Burnout Paradise re-release, teased in January a new project that could be interpreted as a racing title. Let's wait and see. To wrap up this speculation section, let's take a look at Funselektor's next project. Creator Jun Kasu, responsible for Absolute Drift, Art of Rally and Golden Lap, appears to be teasing the next project on social media. Keep your eyes peeled. Let's end with some updates and DLC for our favourite existing simulations and games. There are a lot of new titles to look forward to, but EA Sports WRC will receive additional stages and cars through DLC, although at the time of publication, we don't know which vehicles yet. Then there's simulation behemoth iRacing, which has announced several tracks that are still in the works, such as Australia's The Bend and the Miami Grand Prix venue. Then there's its expanded relationship with Ferrari. What could that mean? Open world games The Crew Motorfest and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown are also set to receive fresh content through the year, while perennial Traxion favourite Race Room will launch its licensed drift content near the beginning of the year. Automobilista 2 and BeamNG.Drive will undoubtedly create more weird and wonderful additions too. Popular open world mobile game CarX Street was ported to PC in 2024, surprisingly successfully too. We hope that this will hit consoles within the next year, alongside a PC and console conversion of its CarX Drift Racing 3 title. Reckless Smash-Up Trailout should finally make its way to PlayStation as well. So that's it. Every racing game and simulation that we know of releasing in 2025. And of course, there will be more, so do keep an eye on the TraxionGG website for the latest news. Also, subscribe to this TraxionGG YouTube channel to catch all of our first hands-on impressions, followed by reviews, guides, any kind of video relating to racing games. Also, let us know down in the comments below which of these games you're most looking forward to, and if you think we've missed any, be sure to say again down in the comments below. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.